What's up, everybody? Welcome to the King Closer Reacts. Today, we are going to find out if Jacob Blank is a closer. Now, listen, we know Jacob has been able to be an 18-year-old for 4 years, but we need to know, can the kid close or not? No, I'm joking. He got to start when he was 16 years old. I think he's like 20 or 21. He's pumping out a ton of live seller calls right now on his YouTube channel, which I love. Man of my own heart, right? Live seller calls, putting it out there, showing people how to do the real business. But can he close? We're going to find out. Let's get into it.
Hello. Hi, I just missed your call. Oh, you're calling me back. Sweet. Awesome. So, yeah. So would you be able to consider 300? We're doing as is condition. We cover all the closing costs, so it would be net to you.
All right, so he's obviously already talked to the seller. We're picking up. This is like a seller calling him back. He's made 300, and so he's kind of like, "Hey, here's the benefits, net to you. We're covering all the closing costs." So let's see, because this is a pretty long video. So I'm curious how this conversation is going to take place here.
Hello? Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Hold on.
Cool. Yeah.
Let me think. Hold on.
I love the awkward silence. I know the seller was about to talk, but I loved how he laid it down. Hey, 300K net to you. We're covering all the closing costs. That's net to you. And then, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. And then he just let her sit in that silence and truly think about that offer.
The less I would want to take is 325.
325. Okay. Let me see. I went into the finance department too while we were off the phone, and they were really saying, yeah, we need to be right around 300. I could probably get them to agree to like 310.
All right, so he uses the finance department. You guys know I'm not a huge fan. I like to be the man, the shot caller, the guy on the phone, right? So in this case, I would navigate this a little bit different, but he utilizes the finance department on this call. I did like the sigh there, kind of the crackling of the knuckles, like showing signs of distress to the seller.
What about 310? I'll go back into their office right now and see what they say. It's just because those closing costs and everything we're covering, that's like between 5 to 10 grand right there.
How much, so how would, if I accept the offer,
Yeah.
how would y'all go about it? Do y'all, how do y'all go about that?
Yeah, so it's handled just like any other real estate transaction. The only difference is we're buying it in as-is condition, and we're paying cash, and we're covering all the closing costs. Other than that, everything is done as the same way as any other traditional real estate transaction. So what that means is it's going to be handled through a title company and a closing attorney that handles all the paperwork, and they do everything. So essentially, I'll send you an offer. We'll get that signed. I'll send that offer and your information over to the title company, and they will do a title search on the property to make sure, that the title's clear and all that. And then they're going to call you, collect some information from you. If you owe any money on the property, like a mortgage, they'll get that information from you so that way they can pay the mortgage off. And then we just wait for the close date and they'll have everything prepared, and they'll have you sign closing documents, us sign closing documents, we'll send in the money, and around noon it will record with the county, and then they'll send you a wire or a check for your payment. So
Okay, so basically the seller's like, I don't really understand how this process is going to work, right? I love how he simplified it, and he said, hey, it's going to be just like every other real estate transaction that takes place. The difference here is insert the benefits. This is cash. We cover the closing costs. So he explained why it's a benefit to go with him again. And then he did a really good job of explaining how this process works. The only change I would make right there, I'm going to send you an offer. I'd rather use the word agreement or contract. Feels a little bit more real and binding to the seller to say that than to say offer. And I don't like to use the word offer ever because it leads to sellers then saying, well, what is your offer? What is your offer? Now, we're later in the conversation here, but even then, I still don't like to say it. I'd rather use a stronger word like contract or agreement.
that's how it's done, just like any other real estate transaction. Does that make sense?
Will they will y'all be coming out to the property?
Sometimes we walk through the property once, but a lot of times we don't even need to come out to the property.
Yeah.
That's aggressive. That is very aggressive right there with him saying sometimes we come out once, sometimes we don't come out at all. I'd be curious to ask him about that. I mean, this must be in like a super hot location where he just knows he has buyers like Phoenix or something like that.
I say y'all don't have to come out. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we don't have to. Like sometimes our team might request us to come out, but like usually we don't. Like it just depends.
Yeah. Y'all don't have to. Y'all can just if y'all rather. Because I was just wondering, because some people say that they don't have to come out.
Yeah, we don't really have to. Nope. It just depends. Usually we don't have to.
So see, I would be complete opposite. I'd be like, of course we have to come out. We have to see what we're purchasing for $310,000. He's being very aggressive on this, saying, no, we don't have to. He must know that this is in a location where he has buyers.
Yeah, so that's not an issue.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do 3. Can you ask for 315?
I'll go ask 315, but I really don't think they're going to do more than 310. But I'll put you on hold real quick, okay? Just stand by for a second. I'll be right back with you, okay? She's on hold, listening to some classical rock music.
So I don't like the on hold stuff. Like, I would have rather him just like educate her. This is the reason why we can't do 315. We have to be at 310. Feel like we could have landed there and even built reverse rapport through the credibility, right, of explaining that process, saying, hey, here's the benefits, really hammering home. There's no realtor commissions. It's cash. Closing as is. We're covering all the closing costs. Hey, you explain the condition to me based off of that. 310 is the number. She probably, and see, when she said 325 and he came back and said we could probably do 310, but I got to talk to them. That's what led to her saying 315, right? He's not the bad guy, but because he's not the bad guy and he's not the shot caller, he got asked for a higher number. So now he has to come back and convince her to not do that higher number. So as much as I think people think that this makes it easier, I personally think it makes it harder on you.
Hey, are you there? You there?
I'm here. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, yeah. So they said 310's the most. I think they sent you the offer to your email. The email that I have that was on file, ora880junior@gmail.com. That's the right email for you, right?
Who?
The email I have for you is this.
That's not me.
Okay.
My name is Nakiba Gray. I'm the owner of the
Yeah,
property.
yeah. I got your name and everything right. I don't know why it came in with the wrong email. What's your correct email address?
It's lovely. Yes.
Perfect. All right, I'm gonna tell them to resend the offer. 1 second.
What the they
Sorry. What were you saying?
Okay, did they say that I can just will I come in and speak to the attorney there? Do you have an office?
Yeah, so we're going to send you the offer to your email. We can get it all signed and done through email. And then, yes, at the closing, you will either go into the closing attorney's office or they can send a notary to your house to do the signing. So, or to wherever you want to meet them. So you don't even have to go anywhere. We'll accommodate for you. You get what I'm saying? So, but yeah, the law firm that we use is Justin Taylor Law Firm. And I can give you the address if you want.
What address is that?
Yep. 1 second.
That's a power move right there, knowing which, title company or closing attorney that you're going to use, saying, hey, this was obviously an objection that she had. And personally, I do think that not having the right email address is what triggered this. You don't even know who I am. You gave the wrong. So he's like, yeah, I know your name, but you didn't have the right email. If he had asked for the email, right, maybe this objection doesn't come up. It kind of spooked her a little bit. So, again, just little tiny details that we see in these types of calls. He's doing a really good job so far, but, just little tiny details that if I were to work with Jacob, I would say, hey, I would rather you ask for that email, right, and then have the contract sent. And then ask to walk through the contract together. But I like this power move here with giving the address to the closing attorney.
Address is 486 Forks Road, and it's Suite 200. It's in Raleigh. So, yeah, they'll probably send a notary to you.
So this is in Raleigh, North Carolina. This is not in his neck of the woods of Phoenix. So again, uber aggressive move that he made there. We're saying we don't need a walkthrough.
Okay. And then how will I receive the payment? Will they deposit it for me? Or
Yep. Yep, so you can choose either a wire or a check. So they'll electronically deposit it in your bank account, or you can choose to get a check.
Okay.
All right. Let me go tell them to send the offer again. 1 second. Okay, you should see that come through. It's going to be an email in your inbox. DocuSign National Home Buyers is what you should see.
So what will be the next process once I sign it?
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how he navigates this. She's still unsure of the process, right? Also, just a thing that I noticed there, I see he's got his wholesalepodio.com up there. He must have automations built inside of his CRM to send contracts, because he wasn't really typing up a whole lot. I didn't really see a whole lot of navigating going around like he was sending that to DocuSign. Must have automations through his Podio system.
Once you sign it, the next process is I send it over to the title company, and they start doing the title search and preparing the paperwork. So not much you have to do on your end. Just make sure if whoever's occupying the property is planning on being moved out by the close date.
Oh, they go. Yeah, they go. We don't have to worry about that. You can just go there and just do what you have to do. Because once we close it, it's y'all property, so y'all can do whatever,
Yeah, but we want to make sure, that it's empty when we close on it, So
The outside, yeah, I mean, I could take a picture of the house, but I mean, it's no one, it's like I said, once I sell it, it's yours.
right. Okay, but
It's hard
is there
to sell it.
people living there currently
No,
or?
no one's supposed. No. I told everyone's supposed to be vacated.
Okay.
By the time, like, I went over it a month and a half ago. No one's supposed to be there at all.
So I wish I could have seen the first part of this conversation, because it's a little bit strange that we're talking about this now that the contract is in the email, right? One of the things that we want to understand is the occupancy of the property. So it's a little bit strange that he's just out like verifying that, hey, it's going to be vacant and there's no one living there, right? I'm curious, the lead type, is I think he was cold calling, and what that first original conversation looked like.
Okay.
So I'm going back over there this week, Monday. And
I don't know
I will
why.
be going over there to do, just to check on it.
It's saying delivery failure. Let me make sure I have your email right. Let me read it to you one more time. Got the email fixed. Click send. You're going to see that in your email.
So very common issue with sending contracts via email, not getting the correct email address. This is why I always ask sellers to text me their email. This is just a huge issue over the phone, not spelling it correctly, missing a number or a dash or an underscore or something like that. So this is why I always ask sellers, hey, can you just shoot me a quick text real quick so I can verify and get it correctly?
Okay. So once I signed this, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said that when I come, y'all gonna go ahead and start the title search.
Correct.
Once I do the title search, it comes back in my name. Then y'all will draw the paperwork. Then I will come down there, because this other person said that they was going. I didn't have to do any showings or anything. So
Yeah, you don't got to do really no showings or anything. No. We might want to walk through the property once, closer to the close. That's it. But yeah.
Well, it's a nice property. The rooms are so big. It's a great.
Yeah, I know. I looked at it on the computer. It looks good. Yeah, that's why I ran our numbers. I did a CMA, comparative market analysis on it. Looks good to go.
So I will say there is a little bit of his age that comes out, like this right here, kind of cutting the seller off. Like, yeah, I'm good. I've seen it. Let her sell you here. She's talking about, hey, the property's good and everything like that. She might need to just talk a little bit to sell herself on signing that contract. So we don't necessarily want to cut them off at any point in time. Anytime we can get a seller to open up and talk about things, even at this point, let her talk.
So yeah, it's going to be a super easy process for you. Just like that other person said, we do the same thing. We cover all those closing costs. We handle everything. So it's super easy process. Okay, did you get that email?
Yes, because most of them, they was telling me even if I signed the documents, it would not be fully, it's not fully, purchased until actually the closeout date. Like, I have to sign it, and like you said, get it.
Yeah, I mean, there is some additional paperwork to be done on the closeout date, but once you sign it, this paperwork that I'm sending you right now, it is, you're agreeing to sell it, so it's sold, yeah. It just, the title process has to be done to fully complete it. Does that make sense? Like the title search, that has to be done, and then it has to be recorded with the county. So that just takes a little bit, but this right now, yes, selling it, yes.
So what's happening right here is anytime you're on the phone with a seller and they keep referring back to someone else that they talked to, and then saying, well, the other person said this, the issue there is what they're essentially asking you is, or telling you, is the other person explained their process better, but your price is higher than theirs. So as of right now, I want to verify that everything that they sold me on about their process, you are going to do, and you're just going to give me more money. That's what I'm hearing right now. I'm not really hearing that like the seller has chosen to go with Jacob because of any rapport or it's going to be an easier process or anything like that. It sounds to me like it's just simply a little bit more money, and she's really not understanding how the process is going to work. Even though I thought he did a pretty decent job early on in the conversation, it continuously has come up as an objection. I think he needs to kind of slow down a little bit and like really pay attention to this objection and like say, let me explain exactly how this is going to work. Once you sign this contract, then we're going to send it off to the title company. And if he's saying there's not going to be any showings, then it's basically once the title commitment comes back, then we would schedule the closing date and then you would receive your money. And like sometimes you have to repeat that 2, 3, 4, 5 times. He did a really good job that first time. And then he's kind of, yeah, it's going to be super easy, right? It's going to be exactly what you want. Really hammer it home and just repeat what you said the first time.
Okay, because I know, okay, so like you said, on the date that I sell it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would, cause I'm managing another property that I have. It's just in my business name.
Uh-huh.
Well, I own more property. But I want to ask you, do y'all sell homes if tenants are already in there living?
Yeah, we do that too. Just depends on the deal and the property.
No, I know what I'm saying is, will y'all leave them like my other property that I own?
Yeah,
right?
we'll buy a property with tenants in it. Yes.
Yes, and then y'all just start a new deed. I mean, a new
lease.
A lease.
Yeah, yeah, we can do that. Just depends.
Okay.
So you want to sell something else as well?
Well, I'm gonna talk to you later about that.
Okay. Sounds good.
I talked to this woman the other day.
So what's interesting about this is I've actually gotten to hang out with Jacob a couple of times in person. He has a different personality, at least on this phone call, than he does in person. And I wish I could see a little bit more of the Jacob that I see in person on the phone. Like right there. Just a couple little things that I would coach him on, right? Like say yes, ma'am, not yeah. Okay. Like let's bring the courtesy in, especially she's essentially giving you a second home right now, another lead, right? A little bit less interrupting. Sometimes just allowing that seller to really open up about their situation, right? It sounds to me like she has a tenant occupied property that she's motivated to sell. She likes the numbers on this first one. So she potentially wants to talk to Jacob about this. And instead of kind of rushing her along, which then I think she felt she was being rushed by Jacob, and she said, I'll talk to you about that later. I would have rather just had her talk and him validating that he heard her.
I don't want it listed. I just want it sold.
I hear you. So
the listing, it takes forever. It could be months. It could be years.
yeah, nah. With us, it's quick and easy. We buy it cash. Doesn't take months, years, none of that. Nope, quick and easy. We'll have this done in a few weeks' time. Get you paid.
Okay, because I know I could probably get you a walkthrough at the one at Royal Oak in High Point.
Uh-huh.
I know I could I know you say you have to have a walkthrough sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I know.
Let's go over this email that I sent you before you have to go back to work. Did you get it?
Okay.
The DocuSign from National Homebuyers?
So again, really aggressive right there by Jacob. She's like kind of pouring her heart out about this property in High Point, which is a great market for rentals and for wholesaling in North Carolina. And he's really concerned about, hey, I want to get you, I guess she's at work or on a lunch break or something. She's going to have to go back to her job. So he's like, hey, pause on your second property. Let's get the first one. really aggressive move there. He's been pretty aggressive. He doesn't really act like this in person, so it's a little bit surprising to me. I think he feels like he has to take control of the conversation here to then get this first contract. He's worried about that first one before he worries about any conversation on the second one. Problem with that attitude is what if, not saying that's the case on this one, but what if she's not want to sell this first one without selling the second one, and she just hasn't fully disclosed that yet, right? So he's trying to hammer something here. I think a little bit more finesse and a little bit more listening could have suited him during those moments.
Okay, so open that up and let me know when you see purchase agreement for real estate at the top of your screen. So that way I can go over the document with you.
So if say for instance, if you have tenants in there, if the tenants want to stay in there, will y'all allow them to stay in there and y'all just collect their rent?
Yeah, we just need to know how much they're paying and we need to see the previous lease and stuff like that.
So what if it's not a previous? Okay, I see.
Then we just figure out what they've been paying. We got to get their information and we go from there. But okay, you have it opened up?
Okay, it says this agreement.
Okay, so yeah, this agreement is made today between you and our company for the property address. And then property description. We're going to be buying it in as-is condition. So we're going to be buying the property exactly as it sits. And this includes any like permanent fixtures. So example, like the tree in the front yard. You can't take the tree because it's a permanent fixture. So we're buying the property and with all its permanent fixtures. We're going to be buying it for that $310,000 cash, like we told you. And then you can see here in terms. Number one, closing costs, attorney fees, title fees, transfer fees. We're going to be covering all of that, paid in full by the buyer. So we're covering all those closing costs like I told you. And then number two, any taxes, liens, or mortgage that you owe on the property. So if you owe anything on the property, that's going to come out of the $310,000. Again, we're buying it as is condition. And then seller to provide buyer with permission to access the property if we needed to. Like I said, sometimes we need to walk through it once or twice. So, and then 5, clear title. This is contingent on clear title. So the buyer is going to order a title report and survey promptly. So we're going to order that title search right away to make sure you know that everything's clear with the title. And then defects. Seller warrants that the property is free from hazardous substances, so there's no dangerous chemicals in the property. Risk of loss. If property is damaged prior to transfer, buyers can still buy the property. And no judgments. Seller warrants that there's no judgments threatening the equity in the property and that there is no pending bankruptcy. And then process. It tells you a little bit about how we got to our offer. So buyer arrived at the offer price by carefully evaluating current market values, then estimating expenses and making projections on possible profits. So it's telling you a little bit about how we got to our offer. And acceptance, this agreement will become binding when signed by both of us. Any change must be made in writing. And I put the close for the first week of December, but we're going to try to get it done by the end of this month. I just wanted to make sure, you know, there was enough time for that title search and everything. But other than that, simple 2-page as-is purchase agreement. Let me know if you have any questions.
So really loved how he walked her through the complete contract. The other thing is you can definitely tell that Jacob has done this time and time again, right? It rolled very smoothly. He had little like catchphrases that he says on the different little segments of the contract. So really liked how he walked her through that.
Okay, and like I said, I want to ask you a question right quick. If I have tenants in there and they want to stay, well, I'm not saying there, I'm just saying in general, because I have another person, I'm just asking a question. If they want to stay, like you said, can you send someone out after I purchase, after you purchase it and just let them know, you know, it's a new management.
Yep.
You know, they're going to be, y'all have to pay this, you know.
Yep.
You know how, Huh?
Yeah. That's yep. So we would get in contact with them and let them know it's new management and that they will be paying rent to us going forward, and we'll sign a lease with them and all that. Yep.
So what's interesting is she says the property in Raleigh is vacant, but she keeps asking about, well, you'll buy these properties with tenants. I think she is still going back to that High Point property. And like, I don't think he's catching on yet that like she's really trying to sell him both properties right now. Like, because she made it seem like, no, that property is vacant. There's nobody in it. Like, that one's good to go. I think right now her biggest need and concern is I need to sell both of these houses. I want you to buy my tenant occupied property in High Point.
Okay.
It just depends on the situation, the tenant, and the rent that they're paying, and yeah.
Yeah, but if not, they just have you'll give them a certain amount of days to move.
Yes, but yes, and that's all stuff we can work through. Yep.
Okay. But like I said, I have a few people. I had few people just coming out looking at it.
Mhm.
And I really don't want to be, you know, I want someone that I can sell it. I ain't gotta have no hassle.
You hear me? I'm telling you, I'm the real deal. We buy 10 to 20 properties per month. I'm straight to business. You know, we're gonna get it done. I'm gonna get you paid, and we're not gonna waste your time or anything like that.
Okay, so love that. Love what he just said. We're the real deal. Then he said, I do 10 to 20 deals. So here's what I would say to Jacob. Bro, take that energy and have it the entire call, bro. Get rid of the underwriter. You right here, your closing energy to get her to sign this contract is you're the guy. We're the real deal. But when you were talking about numbers, for whatever reason, you need to pause, put her on hold, and go talk to a fake underwriter. I would have rather seen that energy right there. You're talking to the guy right now, and I'm telling you 310's the number. Tweak right there on Jacob. Like, I need that energy all the time in the call.
Okay, so if there's anybody to work with that's gonna make it an easy process for you and give you what you're saying you want, it would be me.
Me.
I can
Not my
guarantee
underwriter.
that. You're in good hands.
Love that energy. Have that energy the whole call.
So it's not going to be a hassle, nothing like that. It's going to be a super easy process to get it sold.
Are there tenants in the Raleigh, North Carolina property?
Okay.
So right there down at the bottom, there's a spot for your autograph and the date, and then I'll sign it and date it and send you back the final copy.
Okay.
Love the silence.
Yeah, we do a lot in High Point too. So we're closing on one on Gordon Street on next Tuesday.
Who owns it?
Who owns it?
Yeah.
You start throwing it
Let
out.
me get the seller's name.
Most places in America, you say, hey, I'm closing on a property on said street. They would be impressed that you said that. She says, who's that? I want to, it might be my friend. I might know who that is. I love that.
This was somebody else's deal in my office. And Ann Thompson. It's a trust with all her kids too. I'm pretty sure we're buying it from her son. I think she passed. But then we bought another one from the same lady like a month ago, and it was on that one was on Montleau Avenue in High Point. And we also bought another one from her on Hobson Street in High Point as well. In June, those both were in June actually. So yeah, we do a lot in High Point. We like investing in High Point.
So did y'all see the check?
What'd you say?
So do you see the checks out?
Yeah, so the closing attorney, we send them the money, and then the closing attorney sends you the check or the wire. Yep.
Okay, so, because like I said, I really, like I said, I don't know, because most of nowadays they tell you if the tenants don't want you inside, you cannot go inside. You know, when you're inside, some tenants they just don't want you to come in there and look. You know, they might not be home or something, but I know my tenants on Royal Oak Street. I know they're willing to let me come in and do a walkthrough.
Okay.
So, but these other tenants that live here, she is one woman. Her name, she's been there for so long. She thinks she can stay there and pay no rent, and she was a terrible tenant from day one. And you know, like I told her, I said you can't live here without paying anything. You know, told her, I said,
let her talk.
I'm selling my home, and so that's why I was saying, you know, they, you know, that's why I was telling you, it's my property. I'm the registered owner.
I see your name on the title, yes.
Yes, but some people, you know, it's just, you know, I can't continue to pay taxes on my property.
Yeah, we'll help you deal with that too. If she won't leave, we'll help you deal with that. But yeah, let's work through the process. But
yeah, 'cause she's like, she won't leave the property, and you know, she in there, and she, you know, she's paying. It's a long story, but she's not a good tenant, but she can be put out with the shirts, you know, and through new management. I guess she feels like I told her, I'm selling my property, you know.
So, and this was a month ago, right?
A month and a half.
So you're gonna check and see if she left, right?
Yeah, but if she in there, I still want it sold.
Yeah, gotcha, no problem. I get it, you still want it sold, so we'll...
Okay, so Raleigh does have a tenant potentially in it. So interesting turn of events there. I swear there was a point in the conversation where it was like, yeah, that one's coming vacant. And now it's, well, we need to go check. Making more sense as to why that seller was like, you're not going to need to do walkthroughs, right?
We'll make it happen for you, okay?
Yes, and then you just go out there, like I say, just get them the paperwork, tell them, you know, you're the new management, send it through the mail. You know, that should give you her name and, you know, the other information, and, you know, then y'all can just take it from there.
All right, so did you sign and date? I haven't got it back yet. And then I'll get it signed, and then we'll get this started, okay?
Okay.
And you said you're going out there Monday?
Yeah, I'm just go out there and do kind of like a walk, just walk around it. I never really go in it at all now, because I really don't want to, I just want it sold, you know.
Yeah. Is there a way for you don't want to go inside it at all?
No.
Why?
I mean, I have been in there, but I'd rather not go in it because I'm about to sell it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it would be good if you could go in and, you know, just get some photos of the inside and just to document what it, you know.
I mean, it's good.
Do you think by chance and I just got it signed and sent back to you, by the way, so awesome, we got a deal. I'm looking forward to working with you, but do you think there's a chance you could walk through it and get some photos of the inside?
Well, actually, like I said, I won't be able to get in my main room. I'd rather, you know, but I'd rather not do photos because it just, I mean, it's a nice place, trust me. It's nice. It's nice. The room.
So, a little concern I have here. Whenever a seller's like, you don't need to come see it, and now he's saying, well, can you at least just give me photos? And she's like, I don't want to take photos for you. That's a little bit of a red flag, but he did a great job of really hammering home the close there at the end. Like, hey, did you autograph that? Did you sign it? Did you sign and date it? And then, okay, he got it signed. He signed it himself. He got the signed contract, so that's great. I want to see how he navigates. He rolls right in from the close, right into the recon process. So really like that. That's signs of a very experienced wholesaler, right? Hey, we're not going to overly celebrate the victory here. We're going to immediately move into the next process, which is recon. I need pictures. I need access. And then closures close, baby. We got to talk about High Point. Let's see if he brings that up.
The view is nice.
All right. Sometimes our company does like just to add to the file, just to put into the file so we have a record, is photos of the property though. So is there any way you'd be able to do that?
Probably pictures of like the kitchen, the bathroom.
Yeah, just get us if you could get us as many pictures as possible of as much as you can, that would be perfect. So just for the file, we usually request a picture of the front of the house, the backyard, and then, yeah, photos of every room. But if you're not able to get a photo of every room, if you could just send us what the most you can, that would be perfect.
So one of the things that we've seen that's really helped in the recon process is in this scenario where you're asking the seller to give you pictures, we actually send them a checklist outlining what he just said, but like, hey, this is what we would love for you to be able to get for us. And realistically, we're not asking for much. It's literally what he just asked for, a picture of every single room and then of every exterior wall, and so we can see the yard. But the fact that you're giving them something kind of lays the expectations of this is what we need for our file in his case.
Would that be all right? Would that be all right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, I texted you my cell phone number. So when you do go there and you get the photos, if you could send them to my cell phone number, so that way I can receive them, that would be perfect. But I'm gonna get this sent over to Justin Taylor now, and he should reach out to you in a week or so to get some information from you.
Okay, that's fine. But like I said, I get as many pictures as I can, but it's a clean title, it's my home, and I'm ready to sell it.
Awesome. I'm ready to buy it. I appreciate you. And but yeah, do you have any other questions or anything else at this time?
No.
She has another property.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, if you need anything throughout the process, I'm just a call away. And I'm going to send everything over, like I said, to Justin so he can get started on the title search. And, yeah, looking forward to buying it and working with you. And if you want to talk about Royal Oak Street, when do you want to talk about that?
One day next week, I could do a walkthrough. Actually, I have it in my business name. I have it in my man. I just purchased it, and I want to get the deed switched over into my
Okay.
No, if it's still registered in my management name. Or not. I just received my deed. I have it registered in my business name only.
Yeah.
So.
Do you want me to make you an offer on it right now?
Well, I'd rather wait.
Only take a few minutes again.
Can you look it up now?
Yeah.
Online?
Yeah, I can. Just like how I did on this other property. Okay.
Okay.
What's the full address?
Street.
Is it in High Point?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And this property, do you know the age of the roof?
No, I don't. I just have my documents. It isn't. The roof isn't leaking. I had some work recently done on it. When I purchased it, because it's been in my management name for a few years. I wasn't running it. I've owned it. It started, like you say, like a death situation. But anyway, the roof isn't leaking. I don't know the age of the roof. But
I would have preferred him to say Hey, let's talk about it. How much do you want to get for that property? Because what if she just throw out, 70,000, 100,000? I don't know anything about the price points of these houses, but she was just throwing out a number, right? They'd already done good business. Now he's got to do research. And then that awkward first question, like, what's the age of the roof? It feels like he might be dispoing this to a hedge fund by that question. That's an assumption on my part, but needing to know the age of the roof and maybe some of the next question he's probably going to ask about the other systems. It feels like this is going to be disposed to a hedge fund.
It shouldn't. I say about 3 years,
Okay.
close to 3.
What's the company name?
It's AKN21.
Okay, perfect. I got the right property here. Okay.
Should have asked her an open-ended question here so she could be talking while he's analyzing.
All right. So you like inherited the property?
No, it wasn't that. I purchased it
From somebody that passed away. Got it. It was like a...
Yeah, and see what it was, I had gifted it, and then I had it like in my business name, and like I say, I just want it sold. I just put some work into it.
Is it a duplex?
Yes.
Are both sides rented or just one?
Both.
Are both tenants paying?
Yes, they're paying rent. Actually, it was kind of this. Yes, they're paying rent. They paying rent to these people. I called them the other day. Someone had put my property online, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they started renting my room. They renting my place out, but they're paying rent. Yes, they are.
But they're not paying rent to you?
Yeah, they paying rent.
To you or to somebody else?
They pay rent to me. They're paying rent to $750 a month.
To you though? Who's getting the money?
Well, I'm going to be getting the money as when I go, cause like I said, they know that I'm selling my home. My management that is up under, they know. But
Are they planning on moving out or no? They want to stay?
they want to stay.
Each side is paying $750?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the condition on the inside like? Outdated but in good shape?
Yeah, it's in good shape. It got carpet.
Okay.
I just put the carpet in not too long ago when I purchased it.
How much money do you want? How much do you want for this property?
I only want 115,000. That's it.
115?
It's rented out for 1,500
Okay.
in High Point.
Because I don't want to sign a contract right now because I have this woman.
I don't know the value.
3 days ago.
Probably gonna need to get it a little bit less.
But I'm like, I don't know. I don't want it listed. I just want to kind of want it sold.
Yeah, so if I send you a contract to buy it, cash, not list it, would you want?
Yeah.
You'd want to do that, right?
Yeah, cause I told them, even if I sell it, y'all would just have to sign a lease. Cause I was told that they have to I was told that the person has to accept the lease. I don't know, has to accept the lease agreement through the other people, and then y'all can just take it over and accept. I don't know, but I know once y'all purchase it, they will have to go by lease with y'all. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
I know I was gonna charge $700 a month.
Love the analysis that he's doing right now. Letting her talk. House in silence.
You probably need to be closer to like 90 on this. Would you do 90?
Less I would take is 100.
100.
Cause it's just remodeled. It's nice.
What about, can we meet at the middle at 95?
Yep. It's over.
What do you think? 95. That's the most we're going to be able to do on it.
Well, yeah, I had just think about. Can you just hold those numbers and I'll call you back? Cause I got them. Cause I went out. I gotta call them back. So, cause like I said.
Well, if they're going to just list it, that's not what you want to do, right?
No, I don't. I want to go.
Right, so 95 sold cash.
Boom. Confidence, baby. Hey, we didn't have to talk to the underwriter. That's what I love. Like, look, he confidence in this one. I love this call right here. It's like separating the houses into separate calls. He was like, hey, do you want me to make an offer on this one? I would have switched the age of the roof and then the condition, the occupancy, and the rent rate, and then asked how much does she want for it. I would have asked that first. Gotten her the one, she said 115. Gotten the 115 out of her, then asked the condition, then asked the rent rate, then asked the occupancy and everything like that. And then came back and said, based off of everything you just told me, I can't do 115. I need to be closer to about 90. Then got her at 95. That little tweak there, but love this so much better than that underwriter shit.
Any foundation issues on it?
It's got to be going to hedge fund.
I see some photos of it. How much square feet is it in total? Like, it's like 750 square feet each side, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll send you the offer again right now, 95, to your email.
Would you accept
Contract.
100?
Say it again.
Would you at least accept 100?
Nah, we can't do 100. It would have to be 95. If we pay 100, I think we'll lose money. We have to be able to make money, you know. Not in the business of losing money, right?
Love it. Confidence.
Okay, so by it being in my business name,
Yeah.
is there any way to put my name on it?
Yeah, we'll put your name on it and your business name. Yep. But yeah, we'll put your name on it. Yes.
And then notarize.
Yep. $301 Royal Oak. I'm gonna send it to your email right now.
Love it. Assume the close, baby.
Because one of them, he was like, I don't want you coming. Because some of them, they act like they don't want you to come in their place. I don't understand.
One side?
Huh?
One
So
side
wait.
of the duplex?
Yeah, but both of them nice. They're the same. The one that was in, the one of them, he's from out of town. He said, well, if you sell these, I might have to go back to my hometown. He was nice. I have pictures. I can send you pictures of it. He was nice as he can be. Okay, you sending this documents now?
Yeah, I just emailed you it.
Okay. And then I will have to call you back because I gotta go. I'm
Okay.
actually working. I'm working, and like I say, I kind of took a long break.
You're good. Are you able to open this one up real quick so we can get them both done? So I can get them both over to the title company?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so you should see that email right now. National Home Buyers DocuSign, just like before, but this one's going to be for the Royal Oak property. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so it's the same exact thing. you know, this is an offer between you and our company to buy the property, address, as is condition. We're paying all the closing costs. Anything you owe on the property would come out of the 95. And I'm gonna try to get it done by the end of the month. And yeah, as is purchase agreement, same thing. So there's a spot at the bottom for your autograph and the date, and then I'll sign it and send it back to you. All right, let me see if I got it back from you, and we'll get you back to work. Not yet. Let me know when you click complete.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
It's apartment A and B. Okay.
Yeah, buddy. Getting both.
Yep, A and B, but it looks like it goes under one address for the title. So should be all good there. And then I'm refreshing my screen. Did you click complete? Oh.
Got it. You got it?
Yep, I got it. Signing it now, sending it back to you. And then, yeah, same thing. Whatever photos you have of this property, send them to and whatever photos you can get, send them to my cell number. And, yeah, we'll be good to go. Okay?
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Talk soon. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
There we go. That's how it's done. 2 deals, 1 seller, 2 deals, 1 seller. Let's go.
I love the celebration there at the end. Listen, that was amazing. You got 2 contracts from 1 seller. He had to overcome quite a bit of objections there from, the process. She had talked to, other wholesalers. Also, the concerns about the tenants, and then getting pictures, quite a bit that he had to overcome. Did a really good job. I gave him quite a few tweaks on there. Listen, rock star, love Jacob. He's one of the coolest, most humble human beings I've met. I asked him if I could react to his call today. Because I just have a ton of respect for him. Anybody that starts a business and breaks out, not only, wholesaling deals across the country, from 16 to 20, 21 years old, but also he's built a brand while doing it. And when I met Jacob, he talked about, he really wants to impact people, wants to build his YouTube channel. He's doing that. He's putting in the reps with these live seller calls. You can see that he has a cadence to it. He has a way that he goes about doing these calls over and over and over again. So I really like that part of it. Really liked how he handled that second house. There wasn't any of that underwriter bullshit. He was the guy. He was the decision maker. She said 115. He said 90. He got her to 95. He assumed the close. I'd love to see him do every deal like that. Get rid of the bullshit that's unnecessary. Just have that posture, that confidence in every single one of your calls. At the end of the day, the question was, is Jacob Blank a closer? Well, we just saw him get 2 deals from 1 seller on 1 call. So he's absolutely a closer. Jacob, you're awesome, bro. We'll see you guys next time on the King Closer Reacts. Thank you.